MT.
That is the first thing on this recording. Just so you know.
Yeah, that's definitely your character's name. I know it's tough to remember.
Technically, the Google Doc for her sheet is called Mysterious Tenno.
Ah, okay. So that's how you want to play it.
Is there anything you guys would like to do before the next round?
Yes.
The semifinals. Okay. What is it you would like to do?
Two things. One is I would like to roll something to attempt to get the relationship with Yanto out of crisis.
What are you rolling?
See, here comes my conundrum. I don't think anything appropriate for the current situation is likely to succeed.
Oh man! All right, so let's see if
because
let's see if you do damage to it.
Face seems like it should be appropriate, but
face plus charm to like comfort him.
Yeah, because I don't think brain skills are gonna help in this case.
Try it. Give it a shot. If it fails, well, at least your void powers will be better.
Trinity's comforting, so let's throw in the relationship with Trinity.
Okay.
I'm really gonna laugh if you try to get a relationship out of crisis and fail and put another one in crisis.
No, that one's not in danger of being in crisis. That one's full. 2 6s. So I believe that means I am 2 points towards.
Yeah. How many? What's the?
Yanto's relationship is at 4.
4. Okay. Yeah. You need to get a total of 4 width.
4 width. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. MT and Yanto, anything you guys are doing?
Is that going to do something else?
Aside from Yanto being comforted.
If there's anything else you want to do first, but yeah, there is one other thing I'm going to be doing.
Yes. I was just kind of going in order, like one thing at a time.
Nothing really. I mean, eventually Yanto's just going to sort of wear himself out, pull himself together.
Okay. Eventually go to sleep.
Yeah. We'll probably at least endeavor to get up to the actual suite and go to sleep, but yeah.
What about MT?
No, I can't really think of anything. She is pretty much past her brooding phase, so
that's good.
I mean, she's still probably going to like let those two handle whatever they want to handle, but she's not going to like confront them about it.
Mm-hmm.
She's back in whatever mode.
Okay. I guess last thing then with Kirei.
Kirei is going to attempt to hack into the tournament, the arena entrance, so that she can get in if she needs to, because she wants to be ready to interfere to potentially save lives in the next match.
Okay. Well, first roll invisibility.
Will do.
And then roll notice for me.
2 7s for invisibility. Notice, huh?
Yep, this has nothing to do with you hacking.
Okay. 2x4 for notice.
2x4 for notice. You recognize you are not the only person here in the arena in the dead of night. And I don't just mean guards. Of course, there are guards about that are patrolling.
Yeah.
Sure, no one is fucking with the arena, but there is a small collective of Grineer executioners. As you know, Keladatheme's personal gladiators. that have entered the arena, with the guards allowing them to do so.
Huh. Okay. She's gonna hold off because she A wants to see what they're up to, and B would rather not be messing around with the hacking things while they are nearby.
Okay.
If it can be avoided.
You gonna follow them?
Yeah, for the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, we will silently stealth in there.
Okay. Roll remember for me. As they go to one of the entrances,
Mm-hmm.
and take out what looks like a crate of some kind. They take a crate out of some kind that they were carrying along with them, and remove the top of it. They rip the top off and start assembling what looks like a generator of some kind.
3 6s.
3 6s. You remember that this, and specifically this, is the entrance that Saren always is whenever she makes an appearance on Rathum. No one else ever comes or goes from this entrance.
See.
Uh,
That is very interesting.
You feel the hackles, your hackles raise as they activate the generator.
So that's how they're doing it. What are they... But tomorrow is only the semifinals. What are they planning?
And once they have the generator up and active, they close and lock the door and leave.
All right. Once they are done, she will resume her... That is very interesting information she will share with people tomorrow morning. For now, she is going to hack the doors as previously planned.
All right.
That she can trigger the ability to get in it very quickly if she needs to.
Okay, roll hacking. Hacking and slashing.
This is her approach this time because she has seen how Hikane fights, and
yeah,
she reckons she doesn't want to be even invisible in the same area as her.
I will contest this with its security program.
Sure. Through the relationship with Naramon to prepare, know thy enemy. 2 9s.
2 9s. All right. That beats 2 4s. You leave the doors in a way that they can be opened and shut by the arena staff as intended.
Yes,
but you also give yourself remote access to it.
Nice.
So that you can open it at any time you would like.
Now, yes, and she reasonably suspects that this will only work once, because once they notice that it's open unauthorized, they will probably find they will probably basicly fix whatever exploit she just used or created.
Yeah. Once they find out that it's been hacked, they will upgrade their security program from a 6D threat to a 12D threat.
Gotcha. Fingers crossed she won't need to use it, but she wants to have it on standby. If she does, she will not be caught. She will not be caught unawares again.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's her business. Back to the room she goes to rest.
All right. So let's look at.
Excuse me.
Bless you. So Yanto,
Yo.
you have a dream tonight.
Yay. That's where I'm a Viking. No, wait, it's where I'm crying and covered in blood.
Kind of. Both, perhaps. I don't know. It's up to you. What were
How
you
big is
like?
my penis?
What were you like before you awoke? When you were still stuck in a dream?
How do you mean? Like,
You were in a dream, a lucid dream where you were Rhino. What were you like?
aggressive, heavy.
Aggressive. Okay. You had no ship at the time. You were alone, stranded somewhere. Where?
In a derelict.
In a derelict.
Yeah, like a derelict that had slammed into an asteroid or a mountain, and it had hit it so hard that it had practically sunk into the caves and subterranean lakes beneath it, dark and wet and cold.
The asteroid was being mined by mining operations by the Grenier Empire were just beginning, and so an expedition had been enacted to explore the caves within the asteroid, whereupon they found the derelict vessel. What did you do when your derelict and your asteroid were assaulted by Grenier intruders?
Confusion at first, then attack.
Okay. You fought against overwhelming forces, but cut down a huge swath of enemies. You cut down a huge swath of enemies. However, it is an overwhelming force, and no matter how much you raged, how much you fought, you were eventually cornered with your back to a cliff face that rose above you. But then a whole chunk of their forces just shatters. They're gunned down in an instant. Another enemy drops from the cliffside into a 3-point landing, surrounded by corpses. She has a heavy-duty pistol in hands and wears a half jacket over a kind of slim, armored body. No eyes are visible on her helmet, though it looks like she has a bright targeting overlay over where one eye should be. No amount of skin is shown. This new enemy fires into the crowd, thinning it further. What do you do? What did you do?
Shut up, Manda. Sees this new thing come in. At this point, he's fought everything he's seen. But this thing's killing them. I can always kill it later. Okay.
The two of you eradicate the Grenier forces handily. You charging into them, her gunning them down with expert precision, until finally it's just you and her. What happened then?
Yanto falls back, kind of into a crouching position, stalking around, always keeping his eyes on the other frame. Doesn't know what it is. Doesn't know what it wants.
She raised both hands unaggressively. Just said, hey, easy. I'm a friend. But you can't tell that, can you? You're still dreaming. Okay. Look, I can help you. My name is Ava. I know that doesn't mean anything to you right now, and you can't tell me your name either, but that's okay. I just need you to trust me and, not attack me. And I can help you. I can help you get out of this stream.
While she's saying that, Yanto's kind of taken one hand and kind of gouged a line between them, then backed away, still staring at her.
All right. I don't exactly know what you mean. But look, my ship is up there above the asteroid. If you follow me,
My ship.
this here is your ship.
My ship.
All right. This is your ship. It's not mine. I have a ship though that's orbiting the asteroid right now, and I can take you to it, and then I can take you to a place that you can wake up. So you can wake yourself up.
Your ship.
Yes, my ship. It's on the it's orbiting very close to the surface of the asteroid.
For the first time, the runner frame actually stops looking aggressive and starts looking a bit nervous.
Hey, it's okay. I know it sounds frightening. You've been here this whole time, haven't you?
My ship.
I know. You can come back.
Rhino looks at what the grenade has probably done to it.
Nothing, actually. You guys defended it.
Yeah.
They bored their way into the asteroid, but they did not actually get a chance to do much to touch the derelict that had been that crashed into it.
Yeah. Rhino kind of extends a hand towards it. Then looks down and back up at the mace frame. Your ship.
Okay. Just follow me. I'll take you to my ship. And then we'll go straight to Lua.
He'll plod after her.
And that's the memory you awaken to.
I imagine Yanto has been in a cold sweat or something close to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Yanto's just gonna a glass of water.
Trinity comes over to you with a towel.
Did Trinity come down to this room?
Oh, maybe she did. Never mind.
Because Yanto and Kirei are in the fighters' rooms.
Oh no, actually, Luke had said that he went up to that Yanto before he went to bed. Actually, went to the suite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I said if he cleared himself up, he'd probably actually go back up and try and get decent sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll
So yeah, Trinity gives him a towel.
he'll take the towel and pat himself off. Thanks.
She seems optimistic.
Weren't you sleeping?
She looks around, and then shrugs.
Yeah, I guess you can kind of keep your own schedule.
She nods. And then she kind of like pantomimes the sort of way that your armory is, where there's like a lot of room for an individual frame. Like half looks like she's pantomiming a jail cell, but then like it becomes clear eventually that she's pantomiming an armory, like an armory segment for a Warframe, and then motions around her because there isn't anything like that here.
I suppose that makes sense. You're all right. You don't need any like charging or anything, do you?
She shakes her head. But if you want, you can roll out think.
All right, I think I'll make a roll. I'm not getting that good again. 4x8.
It quickly dawns on you that that isn't to say that she can't sleep anywhere else, but she isn't comfortable here.
Oh.
And she prefers sleeping on your ship.
No, I suppose that makes sense. This is all Grenier made. This wasn't exactly made with Warframes and Tenno in mind. I just... I'm going to tell you something, and it's probably going to sound a little stupid, but hey, you don't really have much in the way of context.
She tilts her head to the side, and then then walks over to the kitchen, and starts making you some oatmeal. But she's listening.
Yeah. My Rhino frame. Back when I was younger. Well, I say younger when I was not as like I am. I used to talk to him. Him. A lot. I used to treat him like he was a person. And when I worked and used him, I'd apologize when I got out and when there was all the damage. Because I've always seen these frames as more than just things. And I just want you to know I appreciate that you can actually talk back. You don't know how much I need that.
She turns to you once she's made oatmeal for you, and comes over and puts it on the table for you. And then just kind of like puts a hand on the side of your head and just strokes your hair briefly.
Yeah, Yanto just quietly smile.
And then she will she'll pause and think for a moment, and will walk over to where there's like a little tablet and a pen, because who uses paper in the future? The distant dystopian future.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. And she sketches a very rudimentary drawing. As you've known that she has done that in the past. And from what you can tell, it's Rhino. And the Z's above his head seem to indicate that he's sleeping.
Yanto stares at that for a moment, looks up at Trinity, back down to the pad. You mean to tell me there's someone in there?
She nods. Puts a hand to like the center of her chest where like a heart should be.
Well, that's...
She'll walk over to where Rhino is standing and then put her hand on the center of his chest where his heart should be.
Yanto walks over, puts a hand on Rhino's shoulder.
And then she puts both of her hands on the side of her head to indicate sleeping.
Yeah, I thought as much. Guess I know why I always liked him so much. Both heavy sleepers. He'll just rest his forehead on Rhino's chest.
Yeah, you haven't... When you've been in Rhino, you haven't felt the same sort of pressure of another thing, of another conscious body cohabitating with you. So it was safe to that there was no sentience. But at least what Trinity's suggesting is that he's just been sleeping.
Well, I'm not going to rush you. When you want to wake up, you can wake up. And I'll be here. Open arms.
Trinity then has an idea. Like she makes a connection to something. And she quickly walks over to the tablet and erases what was on it. And does a very rudimentary drawing of the cryopod that Tenno were sleeping in, and kind of like proudly displays it as if like she's super excited that that she just made this connection.
What you want me to? You saying if I what like transference again?
She thinks, and then shakes her head, and then does like another sketch of Rhino, and then like kind of draws a line like connecting the two, as if she's like trying to say that one thing is like the other.
Oh. Oh. So he's dreaming like I was dreaming.
She nods excitedly.
So theoretically, there's a way of getting him to wake up.
She nods again, very enthusiastically. She's super hyped that she made this connection.
Yeah, Yanta's kind of grinning at her now because just the excitement's rubbing off on him. I mean, come on. Like, now clearly isn't the best time, but oh my god. I mean, but how do you put yourself? Would I need to go back to the? Can't remember the name of the freaking place, but would I need to go back to the reservoir, or because I can transfer into Rhino anytime I like, but I've never had any inkling of.
Oh, she shakes her head and then thinks about it, and she doodles she doodles like she doodles a picture of a Warframe being put together and then a question mark.
How did we assemble them?
She shakes her head and then like draws a box around that as if indicating like a building, and then another question mark.
Oh, where they were made.
She nods, and then just kind of gives a little shrug because like that's just her guess.
No,
like she isn't sure. She doesn't know where she was made.
No, totally. I mean, anyone who can find like one of the original places where they made the Warframes is gonna have a wealth of knowledge. But no, that's a good point. I mean, we got a lot of answers. We find something like that.
Yeah, she nods enthusiastically.
Okay, you come on, calm down. I get it. You're very smart.
She calms down. She doesn't have a lot of like concrete conversations with Tenno, so like she's super happy that like she has done this. It's awesome. This is basically her thoughts. Like, this is awesome. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, and so we're just kind of good. Like, can I take the tablet for a second?
She nods and hands it to him.
Yeah, he will. He will raise the tablet and then he will do a quick doodle of Trinity and then a rather crude stick figure of himself giving the Trinity a thumbs up and hand it back to her.
She looks at it. It looks at you.
He's giving
And
her a
then, like,
thumbs up.
And then she does the same.
Yeah,
And then she's like really happy that that was done.
Yeah, give her a little fist bump.
She's like confused by that at first, and then like just kind of like mimics it. Looks at her fist, and then like is just kind of takes this social action in.
It's a symbol for good job.
She nods.
Just only do it to the other guy's fist. Don't do it to like their face or any other part of them because that's a punch.
She nods.
I mean, I'm not assuming you're going to get that wrong. I just want to cover my bases.
She gives you a hug.
I become Arnold Schwarzenegger. No.
She likes giving hugs.
Yeah, he just got a hug. He'll hug her back quite close.
Yeah, and I'll say like it's around this time that MT probably wake up. Colin's been awake this whole time, just meditating. He woke up like an hour ago.
Yeah, let's not meditating. He's asleep.
If he is sleeping, he is floating while doing so, with his legs crossed, and like hands in the meditation position on his knees and everything. Just kind of hovering just slightly over his bed.
Snoring.
Why bother doing it over the bed? If you're levitating, you can levitate anywhere.
In case he falls.
Clearly.
Like he'd ever admit he would do that.
He would, but only as part of a self-depreciating joke.
Damn him, always 2 steps ahead.
Only if we can make light of it will he admit to it. Which is over half the shit he says anyway. So yeah, MT. You can come in on this on this moment that Trinity and Yanto are having, and say Kirei can also come up from downstairs at any time that she wants.
I'm not really going to interrupt them. I'm just going to go about my daily business. Get food. Get freshened up.
Kira probably doesn't come up because she needs to be downstairs. Somebody needs to remain down there, but she does. She will like calm in and send a brief message that she is awake.
Okay. Anytime before the fight, Yanto, do you share your revelations here?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
To whomever is listening.
You'll clear your throat. To whom it may concern.
To anybody who gives a fuck.
Yeah. Colin looks up. What?
Just imagine I just crane her into a room ready. guys, you need to hear.
What?
So I was having a word. I was talking with having a proper conversation with Trinity last night, which was super cool. And
she talked to you?
Okay, I may have overstated how much of the conversation was an actual conversation, but I was talking to her and she was giving me fairly detailed responses via a tablet. And I was talking about, like our regular Warframes, like your Excalibur and my Rhino and Kirei's Loki, and the fact that they're inert unless we're using them, unlike all the others. And Trinity said something kind of interesting. They're not inert. They're sleeping.
Sleeping.
And if they're sleeping, in theory, they can be woken up.
How does she know?
Yanta will just kind of indicate with one arm. I'm going to take her word for it. I'm going to take it for granted that she's not going to just wind me up. Titania, I would totally question anything she would tell me. But Trinity is, well,
I don't ask that because I think she's lying to you. I ask that because that's information that we were unsure of. The nature of what is an alive Warframe versus what is a sleeping one.
She does bring up a good point. I'd be curious to know
How does she know the difference?
I don't know, man.
Or is there no difference?
Yanta just shrugs. I don't know.
Well, she's right outside. We can just go ask her.
I mean, that's also for fuck's sake. Why are you so bloody blunt yet accurate?
It's why you keep me around.
All right, we'll go with that.
We keep you around because you won't actually leave.
You came as a package deal with Oberon and Titania.
Hi, Kira.
Hi, Kira.
No, that wasn't actually in character.
No, please.
You can be up there. It's fine.
Was she? Sure, she was given the go ahead too.
Mm-hmm. The first match starts in a couple hours. So,
was that the appropriate time for a joke?
That was pretty much bang on the nose.
Excellent.
That's one heck of a jape. One heck of a jape.
Maximum jape.
You have wrestled my jimmies.
All right, stop talking all old-fashioned now.
I did not understand that.
He's making some obscure callback.
Ancient Earth meme.
Those vintage Earth memes.
They go high in the market. Quality platinum.
Oh.
Would Corpus sell memes?
Of course they would.
Yeah, they would.
They would sell the rights
Jesus.
to memes.
Jesus, you know the subreddit that is meme economics.
Oh no!
No, it'd be the Reddit. It would be the meme dynasty.
No, please.
There's hold up. Let me just pull this up.
God damn it!
Oh God, no!
This is actually a thing. I love this. I love this subreddit so much. But it'd be like this right here would be like this is something the Corpus would do. It's absolutely something the Corpus would do.
Jesus.
We have failed as a fucking species.
I'm very upset just at the fucking top splash image. Did they keep updating that image when these memes are no longer relevant?
I don't know. I hope so. But
Oh no, you know what? I see a little dick butt back there. Never mind.
But this meme economy. So yes, of course the Corpus buys and sells memes.
Can we now move on?
Yes.
Fabulous. You meat-loving fuck. I forgot what's happening.
So okay, so so Trinity spoke with you
Yes. she did.
about the nature of what she is.
Mm.
It seems really philosophical.
We've had a really philosophical couple of weeks. I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Mm.
Like, it's been non-stop existential crisis.
And now you know what it's like to be a monk.
I wonder
would
then
you
if she could help us figure out Saren.
I don't know.
Colin, please. I know you're a monk, but please don't act like you have to wrangle with philosophical constants
Why do you think I meditate so much?
because you're lazy.
No!
If you two are done, I did actually figure out something about Saren.
That is a much more useful turn of conversation.
I caught Kella's personal guard in the arena last night. They were setting up what seemed like it was a void energy generator. That must be how they get her to use her abilities in the arena.
They just give her energy.
Yes.
Which also means they've got a kill switch on them. It's not just something they ambiently open up.
Of course, were she to try and turn on them, they could disable her. They could disable her abilities. Though
Probably how they are keeping her here.
Though Kirei sort of tilts her head. That is still a very risky move. Saren is a Warframe that disabling her abilities does not necessarily stop the damage she can do.
I mean, to be fair, this is Keldheim's arena. She has a propensity of throwing people into a grinder.
Yes, she no doubt would survive such an assault and such an event, and I doubt she is much concerned with other casualties.
I am fairly convinced that if Saren caused an outbreak of some sort, she would just instantly kill everyone who was infected.
Oh, why do you say that?
Because she's the Khalid.
I mean, she does.
Oh,
She's a mad woman.
I thought you meant Saren.
Saren's
Oh,
actually
no.
very sweet.
No, I wasn't talking about Saren. Saren, like MT was saying, she's very sweet.
That's my confusion.
I will agree with Kira, though. Keller the Thane does strike me as the kind of person who puts an explosive chip in every employee's head. As one, a contingency, and two, a distraction. Should the viewing figures ever get too low, boom, there goes the stage crew.
That would certainly be an interesting dilemma.
Look, I once contemplated being an intern. I once contemplated being an intern at Rathum.
That was in the contract.
I saw the waiver and thought, no.
What did the waiver just say? Warning, you'll probably die.
No. It was almost a surefire guarantee of death, and then if still alive after 6 months, consult management for further hiring procedures. Like, staying alive for the first 6 months was the entrance exam.
Oh, jeez. Oh no. I don't want that job.
I asked if I should bring my CV. They asked me if my CV could stop a bullet. I said no. They said don't bother.
Clearly, you just need more job experience, so your CV will, in fact, stop bullets.
I feel like the ability to disarm competitors would be very effective, but not in the way Khalid wishes.
You mean removing arms?
No, I mean actually removing their armaments, which is something I can do.
So, nonetheless, we know where Saren is getting their energy.
Mhm.
Yes.
And we know that Trinity believes that Loki, Rhino, and Excalibur are just sleeping.
Loki as well.
I'm just going off what she said. She said Rhino, and by extension, they're all in the same part as far as I'm aware.
I mean, we can ask her.
Yeah, this again, this is true.
Trinity, get in here! We're talking about you behind your back, and I feel bad about it.
She comes in. Looks between everybody.
I suppose I should say, hi, Trinity. I was just
Waves.
awkwardly waves back.
Maybe we should learn sign language.
We have been discussing what you told Yanto.
Oh, she nods at that.
And I was theorizing that the same of what you said about Rhino would also extend to MT's Excalibur and Kire's Loki. Would I be right?
She points at Kirei, indicating Loki, and nods.
You
Mhm.
are you
And then-
certain?
And then points at MT to indicate Excalibur and
Does she get grumpy?
and then
Folds her arms in a huff.
yeah, she folds her arms in a huff, as if she is mad at Excalibur.
I put my arms out like what the fuck what?
Perhaps I should speak of this now. I believe Trinity believes that Excalibur is already awake.
What sense would that make?
He did get here. I do not believe the other Warframes would have been capable of dragging him all the way here, nor would they have any reason to.
Titania.
Titania is not strong enough to do so on her own.
Is she not?
Trinity takes the tablet that she's been using and draws a picture of herself, a very small Titania, in Excalibur, all holding hands.
I'm sure that's exactly how that happened.
And going to Rathum together.
Mhm.
And then shows like, and then erases that, and then draws a quick sketch of herself and Excalibur putting a hand on her shoulder, and her looking like really shy.
Oh no.
And then she erases that.
Yeah, I was like, oh god, where's this going?
Trinity's
And
Trinity Comics.
And then she draws a picture. Well, these are like very rudimentary pictures, mind you. Like they're quickly sketched. It's probably clear that like she would probably be able to draw well if she took the time and effort to learn.
She's trying to have a conversation. So
It's like she's trying to have a conversation. So like, and then the last one she draws is Excalibur, now not with Trinity because he's currently looming over MT, and Trinity is over on the side, sad.
you have a crush on Excalibur.
She then erases it. And then shows a picture of Excalibur, looming behind MT, and Trinity with her arms folded over her chest, very miffed.
I'm not sure you are incorrect, but I am not sure that is the part we should be focusing on.
It seems she feels as if Excalibur used her to come down here, and she's not happy about it.
So you're saying he's awake? Well, what? Wait, what?
She nods, doesn't seem happy about
I
it.
feel like I would have noticed that.
Would you have? If you have been an Excalibur or Oberon the entire time, if such a sensation seemed normal to you, would you have there would be no noticing a change?
She stops and thinks. I can't argue with that. Huh. In fact, I happen to have this note here that I took forever ago when I first inhabited Oberon that says, inhabiting Oberon doesn't feel crowded. I'm used to being in a Warframe with a conscious face. I took this note many sessions ago.
Trinity then just kind of like looks around awkwardly and then sulks her shoulders and draws a picture of herself thinking about being angry at Excalibur and holding on to Titania, while Titania looks very upset about being held on to.
So there's just a drawing of there's angry Trinity holding angry Titania.
While Trinity is thinking about being angry at Excalibur.
And then there's like a little thought bubble, and there's Excalibur.
And then she draws Oberon over next to it, who is now angry at Trinity for holding Titania.
For making Titania angry. Oh, okay. So all the Warframes are pissed at each other.
I don't know what I was expecting when I realized they all had consciousnesses. Of course they'd be pissing each other off. We do that with each other.
I'm not going to bring that up, but...
We do?
Well,
you guys haven't upset me yet.
You're a monk.
I'm trying, okay?
You're doing a terrible job at it.
Fuck you.
I thought I had ruffled your Johnnies, though.
Rustled my jemmies. I paid a lot of credits for that meme.
She shuffled your jammies. She indexed your Richards.
That's a good one. I'm going to sell that.
You can have it. You're monks. You take donations, right?
Monks need credits too.
The fuck were we talking about?
Trinity, as if trying to regard what you were talking about, but not quite getting that there was that there was a previous topic that was more important in her mind at the moment. She draws a little picture of all of the Warframes kind of angry at each other. She doesn't get that there was a more important topic than their personal drama.
I am.
So Excalibur's awake.
I am very poor at mediating things between my peers. I have no idea how to begin mediating things between Warframes.
If he's awake, then why has he been...
Yes, that is a very good question then. If he is awake, why is he hiding it from us?
I mean, there's maybe an alternative to this. Maybe it's not that he's choosing not to. Maybe it's that he can only manage it in short bursts.
Hmm.
Not impossible to rule out, but we have not seen anything like that so far.
Just a
Where
theory.
is he?
He's where you left him. Holding on like next to a wall.
I like to think he's in the room and has just been silent, like, standing completely
Oh my god,
still the
probably,
entire
yeah.
time.
Just standing there the whole time. You ask where is he? Trinity points behind you.
It's like a fucking weeping angel. Except he just looks reproachful.
I'm gonna walk up to him.
Yeah.
Are
What do you do?
awake?
He does not move.
Okay. Something's going on here. And if you have anything to do with this, I would very much like to know. Please?
Shit, you said please. Uh, let's see here. Let me roll some dice.
Shit, I said please.
You see him look down at you. And then kind of like ball both hands up into fists, and then loosen up. And he very cautiously puts two fingers over the center of your chest, where your heart should be. And you are given a feeling of you're given an experience from a different side. Do you remember when you were very upset on the ship a while back? You were questioning why you were here, what you were doing, if you should even continue, and
I mean, that seems to sound like a lot of my early days on the ship.
Excalibur had and you had sworn that Excalibur moved, and you freaked out and left.
I remember that. Yeah.
He withdraws his hand and then puts his hands back at his side.
Did I hurt your feelings?
He clenches both hands into fists.
I'm sorry. I did.
He clenches both hands into fists as if like he's trying his best not to nod.
Okay. This is all very new and very weird. I didn't even realize I could. Guys, I think he's been fooling us because I hurt his feelings.
Yeah, this has got like a head almost cocked at 90 degrees.
Kira is just giving her usual blank stare.
There was a time a while back I was really upset, and I thought I was going crazy, and I thought I saw him move because I didn't think that that was a thing that he could do, and I freaked out. And so I guess he thought that him moving upset me.
And he decided to just act on that one piece of information and formulate his entire opinion of you based on that.
Like, he's my Warframe. Does that sound like something that I would do?
Would you like the honest answer?
Everyone sees Excalibur actually dropped the. He basically he loosens up and then drops to one knee in a kind of bow to MT.
Yanto,
Yeah.
was that not how we found him? In front of MT's pod.
No check required. It is exactly how you saw him.
Oh, son of a bitch.
He was awake the entire time. That is why, unlike all the other operators, MT had a Warframe already present.
I am a stupid man.
That does make one thing that does lead me to one very interesting conjecture, however.
Yeah.
It is likely that Excalibur knew MT before she lost her memory.
Is that true?
He gives you a nod, but does not raise. All of you can roll remember.
Sure.
Incidentally, even MT, because flex memory do come back to you periodically.
I think I remember. I think I know what I'm about to remember, but sure.
Two ones.
2 8s.
Well, this is backwards.
Yanto, what'd you get?
2 by 2.
By 2. Yanto and Kirei don't remember this, actually. This is actually kind of a high check because this is a fairly esoteric and ancient thing. MT, some of the flex of memory that you recall are those of old Earth stories of knights and kings and queens and the loyalty of knights and the way that he bows to you just makes you think of fealty, of showing devotion and loyalty and fealty to one's lord.
Congratulations, MT. You have the Kagako Warframe.
You don't have to do that.
He shakes his head as if disagreeing with you.
Okay. All right. Come on. Stand up.
He stands.
I'm sorry that I put you off and made you think like you couldn't be honest.
He nods his head in appreciation.
When I lost my memory, did I tell you to do that? Pretend like you weren't awake.
He shakes his head.
No? Okay.
And then just kind of like puts a hand to the center of his chest, indicating his heart, and kind of sulks his shoulders a little bit, indicating that it kind of was because
I hurt your feelings.
but then drops his hand to his side and then lowers his head a little bit. And if you want, you can make an outthink to try and understand what he's getting at.
Sure. Two 5s.
It also seems like it's, while his feelings were hurt, it was also to support you because it seemed like that's not what you needed right now. But not only was it that his feelings were hurt, it was also an act of loyalty. Because his lord did not like it when he moved.
So what I'm getting from his personality is that he's loyal to a fault almost.
Yes. That he is loyal to you. And it seemed like you did not appreciate it when he moved. And so not only that did hurt his feelings, yes, but mostly in the interest of loyalty, he was not going to do something that upset you.
Okay. This is weird. I don't know how comfortable I am feeling like you feel like you have to follow orders, or I don't know. This is weird. I don't know.
He shakes his head firmly and then beats his hand to the center of his chest and holds his posture high and shoulders square, as if to indicate that he wants this and he's proud.
Loyalty once given is not lightly revoked.
Mm. I might not know what I've done to deserve it, but I am glad you're with me.
He nods to you.
Although you have upset literally all the other Warframes.
He doesn't react.
You should care. We're a team.
You don't know if he is remaining stoic because he doesn't care, or if he is remaining stoic because he doesn't want to, because he has no idea how to respond.
Oh no, he is like me. Socially awkward.
Even in the grim darkness of the space future, you can still put your fucking foot in it in a social situation.
He looks over at Trinity. Trinity folds her arms over her chest and looks away from him. When she does look back, though, he puts the opposite hand. He puts one hand to his opposite shoulder and then and just kind of gives a slight bow to her. And she fakes a sigh and stops looking so upset.
I think that's an apology accepted.
So it would seem.
Huh. The mystery just keeps getting thicker, and I don't know if I like it.
I mean, irrespective of whether or not you like it, it's happening.
Yeah, well, yeah. It just...
You can hardly go, hey, Excalibur, be less sapient for me, could you?
No, because clearly he tried that and it didn't work out.
And he got salty.
Yeah.
It will give much to think about if Loki turns out to be awake as well.
Hmm.
Or wakes up, rather. He is not currently awake.
Yes. Well, it's interesting.
Perhaps my earlier assertion was wrong. Perhaps all Warframes are capable of consciousness regardless of origin.
Trinity nods enthusiastically to you.
You believe that is so, then?
She nods again.
I see.
Trinity seems to have a lot of insight regarding this.
She tilts her head to you, and then kind of shakes her head a little bit.
Oh, are they
And-
just opinions?
And she puts both hands to the center of her chest, where her heart should be. As if to indicate something of like...
It is less something she knows and more something she feels.
She nods to you.
Huh. And she's just gonna look at Kirei, kind of impressed that that insight came from her.
I am very good at... I have grown quite accustomed to nonverbal communication.
Maybe that's why Trinity likes you.
Perhaps. Granted, that is mostly in terms of expressing ideas. I still have trouble with emotion.
Trinity gives Kirei a hug.
That
Okay.
I appreciate the gesture. That was not meant to be...
She nods and then indicates that like she just felt the urge to do so.
She wanted to give you
She just-
emotion.
She
Through
like
hug.
yeah, like you said that like you have a hard time with nonverbal emotion and like, so she gave you a hug because emotion.
Isn't it great?
I see. Thank you.
Glass case of emotion.
And at that point, you guys all there was a knock on the door.
Shit.
Oh shit! What, are we supposed to be fighting some sentient cats today? Some hyper-intelligent cats.
Yes, but first there is the other semifinal.
Oh shit! That as well. Oh fuck! Fuck! I need to get into Rhino.
Hey in there! Semifinal starting soon. Hey!
Thank you. We will be out shortly.
Oh, you're not sleeping. Dang, I wanted to wake you up. Tenno Scoom!
He stomps off.
Good. Good.
Well, nice that we could ruin someone's day at least.
Yeah. Kirei will slip into Loki.
All right, you guys just gonna all head downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okay.
I'll jump into Oberon and but I will give Excalibur one last pat on the shoulder. Like, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with you later.
He nods. If you want, you can add something now to Excalibur as he is on your character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
You can add favorite thing, your health and happiness.
Ah. Buddy.
And if you feel like putting on personality there, he is your knight. So yeah, you all head down. You all head down to the Colosseum, and you find that the arena has actually been set up very differently today, and that it looks like there are small buildings with numerous entrances to and from them in the arena. And when the events start, welcome, my lovely degenerates, to today's events, the semifinals. We've got Tenno fighting Tenno, and Tenno fighting hyper-intelligent Kabats. It's bound to be an explosive pair of matches. But I hear you out there saying, oh, Kella, is today really only going to have 2 fights? Only 2? You are lucky. I am such a gracious host. Otherwise, I would kill you where you stand for doubting me. Today's events will be heading off first with a twist on the classic Rathum. Today, we'll be reminding everyone who and what they're fighting for. And it is a classic Rathum layout. Several buildings, each with cameras inside, and a wide circular room with an artificial lake. Saren steps out through the door designated especially for her. Cloak wrapped about her, and carrying those very familiar curved daggers. Executioners, Kella famed professional gladiators, and guards enter through various doors, all of which lock behind them. Saren seems very confused about where she is. She's kind of looking all around her, setting a hand to her surroundings. She kneels by the water and cups her hand in it, and just and then watches the water slip between her fingers, puts a hand in, just kind of plays with the water for a moment. It's only when executioners approach her that she's even alert. And then, as they raise their weapons, she's mobile, deadly. Her daggers are drawn, and the fight begins. Throughout the battle, which she handles with ease, her cloak is actually torn off, and each of you are able to see that her back looks like cracked glass, with all the fissures glowing like a tear in the void. Eventually, after she has dispatched the last executioner, the void tears, as it seems, that is spiderwebbed across her back, dissipate, stop glowing, and disappear. And there's no more apparent scar or damage to her back that's left behind. And Saren, as always, is the victor in today's Rathum. Everyone give her a hand. And the crowd goes wild.
Question.
Yeah?
Did the void scars on her back, the void cracks, disappearing and correspond with her going back to her seeming confused and such?
No, actually. She's on guard and like super defensive and kind of like a little bit aggressive. Even after those have gone down, at least until it seems like no one else is trying to kill her. And then she relaxes.
So there wasn't a sudden shift in.
No, it seemed like it at first from all other things that you'd seen, but no, this confirms that there wasn't.
No, she does have those instincts. She just when she became aware of there was an actual threat to her, she kicked into high gear, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it becomes clear to you guys that, especially those of you who have interacted with her personally, she's a very sweet personality until you threaten her, in which case she will kill the fucking shit out of you.
Like, damn, girl,
She'll kill
calm
you
down.
so dead. And eventually, yeah, she's escorted. She's escorted back, and the arena shifts. And there's loud mechanical whirring as the arena shifts and lowers, and is replaced with a brand new arena, one that is flat. Looks just like a. It looks just like a pit. With a wide bridge going from one side to the other. And what appears to be nothing but death below hand. Our first match of the semifinals is going to be the most exciting yet. It's the Reapers versus Weapon. And the crowd goes wild.
At this point, Curate gets up and moves to somewhere where she can get in position if she needs to.
Okay. You're basically gonna put yourself at the door that could possibly let you in.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
Before Loki goes, Rona will just quickly take her hand and just go, look, be careful.
I will. Fortunately, Loki is very good at climbing.
Well, yeah, I know. I
am aware, but
are
the
you
risk will not be necessary.
Question?
Yeah.
Are you going to try to sneak in while the doors are open, or are you going to stay behind the doors and open the doors should you think you need to get in?
She is going to stay behind and open the doors
Okay.
if she thinks she needs to get in. She is not sure, especially on such a narrow playing field, that she will be safe. That she herself will be safe from collateral damage.
Mm-hmm.
And B, she's also not certain that her presence would actually go unnoticed by Weapon or the Reapers if she was actually in the arena.
Okay.
Since they are both they both should be well aware of what Loki is capable of.
I mean, that, and I'm expecting the whole arena is going to get immolated anyway, so you probably don't want to be in that.
Yeah, that was the first reason. that was the first reason she didn't. But right. She is ready to basically open the door and immediately get line of sight on somebody as soon as it is open.
Right. Okay.
I almost don't want to watch.
Ember and Necros. Weapon comes out on one side of the bridge, and Ember and Necros out the other. And Ember and Necros don't even leave Weapon a chance to size them up. They attacked first thing, Ember taking points. The aggression and rage is palpable. She swipes at him with her Naginata, which he avoids with a deft side and back steps. Necros is right behind him, however, swinging with equal fury. Weapon ducks low, causing the two Reapers to clash blades where Weapon should have been. Just as Weapon raises his Magnus, however, Ember kicks it out of his hands. It goes skidding to the side and almost off the ledge of the bridge. Weapon moves to duck away, but Necros slams a scythe down into him before he can. It cuts down his face and chest, spraying blood across the floor. Weapon rolls away, avoiding Ember's follow-up, but Ember then ignites both of their blades, however, as Necros then charges, forcing Weapon to stay on the run. He leads them far enough away from his Magnus until he can finally dash, tumble, and roll past it, take it in his right hands, spin around, and lay down a torrent of gunfire. Necros deflects each shot as Ember leaps up into the air from behind him, landing Naginata first beside Weapon, simultaneously igniting a blast of fire around her. Weapon slides back, singed by the blast. He reaches back for the chakram floating behind his back, but Necros is already beside him, swinging. He has to duck away, and he has to duck and roll away. Ember is on him in a flash before he can recover. They keep the aggression up, never leaving Weapon a chance to recover and counter. After several minutes of this, Weapon holsters his Magnus and plants both feet firmly into the ground. He ducks when Tsukimono strikes, throws a hand out, and grabs the scythe by the pole. When Hikane stabs at him, he leans forward and down, letting the Naginata graze his armor as he grabs the pole with his other hands. Something shifts beneath the armor, visible from Neja's back. The world trembles as something primordial screams from within Neja's body, the power of which brings both Reapers to their knees. The cracks across the armor widen, glowing with an energy that's painful to look upon. A second pair of arms pulled themselves free from the rifts, a long-barreled gun in each hand. Hell rains upon the Reapers, an endless barrage of bullets from these two new limbs, blocked only by specters risen from the ground at Necros' hand. Both Reapers have to abandon their weapons, now in the enemy's hands, and rely on the rapidly evaporating shadows of the dead for cover. Weapon drops both polearms, grabs his chakram, and throws it past the Reapers. It ricochets from the back wall, and as soon as it nears Tsukimono, Weapon disappears and drops from the chakram, deftly landing in Tsukimono's range. The Necros, cornered, throws a glowing fist into Neja's gut. Something that Yanto, Colin, and Kirei all recognize as a soul punch.
Oh no.
Oh, that was the bad move.
That was the bad move, yes.
Oh.
You have now officially activated the bonus boss mode.
And then nothing happens.
What?
It strikes, and nothing happens. There's a pause as even Tsukimono and Hikane are shocked by this. Ember moves to charge, but Weapon already has his Magnus to Tsukimono's head. Hikane stops, hesitates, but ultimately drops to a knee. It's a long moment of silence as Weapon's two extra arms dissipate.
I will say at this point, Kirei is about ready to open the doors.
Yeah, they are. The Ember and Necros are essentially surrendered, and Weapon just still has the Magnus pointed at Tsukimono's head.
Right. She's basically trying to judge if Weapon will try to finish them off now that they've surrendered.
Kella announces, I haven't seen this kind of upset since Rathoon 54. I only hope Weapon's next match is exciting as this. Kira, roll up, think.
Let's add a relationship to this to be sure. Well,
say you want width.
Width. We'll do relationship with, you who likes to avoid people dying? Trinity.
Okay. Yeah, it's fair.
3 5s.
Okay.
3 with set is pretty good even on 7 dice. Actually, wait. I rolled 2 dice too few. 7 dice what I do without the relationship. Doesn't change. I roll 3 5s is still the roll.
The feeling of the intense feeling of murderous intent has not dissipated. Tsukimono or Hakane?
Who's she going? Well, one of these people has the gun aimed right at them. The other person has a reasonable chance to get out of the way and it not take or at the very least not take a lethal blow from that range. So yeah, she will she triggers the door opening and switches places with Tsukimono.
Okay.
Or actually no, fuck it. I can save them both. I switch place with weapon.
Okay.
I just pull weapon out of the arena.
Yes.
You might still take shots, but they won't be instantly lethal close range shots, basically. And Kira can defend herself and them, but if that happens.
All right. Rolls for teleport.
Switch. I mean, if you decide that for some reason it doesn't work on weapon, or for whatever reason I can choose Tsukimono, but the logical conclusion
the end result here is somewhat different.
Okay. Well, it happens really fast.
That's what you need.
How about 5 1s with Wicked Fast too?
All right. Before he can pull the trigger, and before he can ignite, Divine Spears, you swap out with him.
Also, there's bounce, but I probably didn't get high enough to actually do any backlash damage.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't attacking you.
Right. And I logically did not put him in any position where he would be hurt.
Yeah.
So.
You suddenly switch out. The gun no longer at Tsukimono's head, and Divine Spears no longer targeted at Hikane.
Mm-hmm.
And there is the briefest half seconds of calm. That feeling that you've saved lives.
Nevertheless, she's already drawing her Skana to be ready to block anything incoming.
And then I want you to take 5 to the 7.
Oh, that's really bad.
3 to the 6. And 3 to the 1. As you are pin-cushioned.
By
a massive amount of Divine Spears.
Don't get a defend against that. Can I roll a defense?
That was the reaction to that. That is that is the you've chosen them both, and you take the effect.
Can I be a badass?
While you're speared thrice through the ground?
Yes. Can I begin pulling a spear out?
Sure.
Yes.
You begin the process of pulling a spear out.
And just like head is just staring at weapon. Did you think I would let you get away with that twice?
Weapon, you see in the distance, lowers his hand and nods to you and walks away. Hikane and Tsukumono both rush to you and will help remove these from your body.
Yeah, something tells me that there are a couple people in the stands who might be jumping in as well.
Yeah.
Loki takes one of the spears out and just drops it over the edge of the edge. It probably just dissipates before it hits the bottom of whatever is down there.
Yeah. So yes, that was the reason you didn't get a defense there was you chose to save them both, and so you took the damage yourself.
Was there any doubt? I mean, really?
Yeah.
It was.
If you had chosen Tsukumono, Hikane would have been speared.
Mm-hmm.
If you had chosen Hikane, Tsukumono's head would have been blown off his shoulders.
Yep.
And if you had chosen both, you would have been turned into a pincushion. And Kella is just like, now that is a Rathoon surprise that no one was expecting. It looks like Team Arum, or at least one member of Team Arum, decided to intercede in what would have been an execution. Heroic, I must say.
I assume the crowd is booing her. Or was it exciting enough that they're actually pleased with this outcome?
They're all like kind of neutral, like they don't know how to feel. But then Kella is just like, I love it! This is the kind of thing that I live for! And the crowd goes wild.
What was that?
Are you two okay?
What was that?
We're fine. What the fuck?
No, she's talking to Tsukimono and Hikane.
Oh.
Yes.
She knows you two are fine.
Thank you. Thank you. You're okay, but you... Come on. And they will help you out of the arena.
She is, the frame itself is looking pretty beat up. The sword is not in good condition. And though I have an idea for how to deal with that. The biggest problem,
multiple weapons.
Yeah, you know what the biggest problem is?
What's that?
Heart of the Trickster is shocked out.
Ooh.
That's not good.
And you have a fight coming up.
Yep.
No time to heal.
No time to heal. Kirei is going to be somewhat of a liability in the next fight, I'm afraid. I do have one thing, though, I can do.
Yeah?
Yeah. Nate, you were nice enough to bring our Warframes down.
Yes. You're going to try and swap?
Not swap Warframes. She is going to swap the Skana for the Mark 1 bow that Trinity carries.
Oh, yeah. You can do that.
But she'll do that eventually. But in the meantime, yes.
So yeah, you are carted off and into and downstairs as the Rathoon team
walk herself, but
yeah, but the Rathoon team gets on like cleaning up the arena and the stage and everything. You have like about 45 minutes of a transition period here. So yeah, like 45 minutes really to discuss what the fuck just happened.
Yes.
What was that?
Which part?
The back of weapon.
That is a very good question. I have only theories.
Can I please draw attention to when I asked you to be careful, and you just...
And Tsukimono is just like, No, I appreciate what she did. She survived, but I know full well Weapon would have killed us both.
That was my fear. I
And
apologize
Hikane-
for interfering in your match. I know I suspected
right.
that had I asked ahead of time, both of you would have been upset at the thought.
I know. I appreciate what you did. And Hikane is just like, how could I have been so short-sighted? And punches something and storms off.
It is.
Don't try. Don't waste your energy.
She will turn to Tsukimono and at least say,
You two did very well. I thought you may actually win. Your teamwork is unparalleled from anything I have seen from Tenno.
We talked about it. We were going to keep him on the on the defensive, not give him a chance to respond, counterattack, anything. We didn't expect him to do that, whatever that was.
Yes.
Yanto,
Yo.
Kirei,
yep.
and also Tsukimoto actually gets this too. You're all receiving a call. It's the Lotus.
Oh shit.
I do believe we have drawn some attention.
And yeah, are they're in one of their rooms?
You're in one of the. I'll say you're in your competitor's room.
Yes.
Tsukimoto and Hikane had left their Warframes and everything.
Yes. Yeah. Call put through. That is important.
Hmm.
Tenno,
Yes.
Kirei, my child, are you all right?
Loki is a bit damaged, but I am unharmed.
That is good to hear. I have been tracking your activities in Kaladathaim Jathum. This weapon may have once been Tenno, but it is no longer. I cannot be sure how, but my readings suggest that it is pulling something out of the void,
Yes.
something alive, while it itself exists in real space simultaneously.
Not alive.
I must reiterate, what you will face is no longer Tenno. It is an abomination of the void, simply puppeting a Tenno's shell. If you can destroy this shell, not only will you banish this beast back into the void, but you will lay a fellow Tenno's soul at rest. Please, you must not hesitate.
Kirei is going to, because is there video to this or is this pure
Yeah.
audio?
There's video to this.
Yes. Kirei is going to look long and hard. Of course, the Lotus is entirely inscrutable even in the best of times, but
Yeah.
she is very. She wonders very hard if the Lotus knows exactly what weapon is.
She's inscrutable.
Yeah.
I understand. We may have to change our tactics, though. Conventional fighting is thus far not very effective against weapon.
Be mindful. If you were to step out of your Warframes, it will be televised across the entire solar system.
Of course. That should not be necessary. And I am in my case, I am sure what I could do would be effective. But anyway. Hmm.
Very well. I'll pay close attention to what happens next. Be careful.
Yes.
And then she will end the call.
A living ghost? Is that what we're seeing?
I believe so.
Yonto,
Yep.
roll remember for me.
See me while I just scroll to the top as well. Skiddly fiddly doo. And relationship with, well, Space Mom seems like a relevant thing to add. Fuck. That shocks it out.
Okay.
I mean, the Lotus did just say, hey, you know that thing that's probably what's left of your captain? Yeah, just mercilessly destroy it.
Yeah, like the entire way through that, Yanto was staring into space, just listening to the Lotus say that and just gradually like grinding his teeth.
She was advocating that you lay a fellow Tenno to rest, but yes, she was in fact also advocating destroying what remains of your captain.
Hmm.
So yeah, that shocks the relationship.
Yeah, she didn't exactly sugarcoat that.
The Lotus is not known for being
Delicate,
yeah.
considerate.
Hey, Kirei seems downright empathic by comparison.
In that case, after a moment, Kira can then roll remember.
At least you can see Kerry's eyebrows.
Right. All right, sure. Let's also add the relationship with the Lotus. 2 8s.
Okay.
Rather with somebody the Lotus is emulating.
You you would remember what Ava's ability was.
Right.
And you remember what it was like seeing her do it, and compare it to Sugimono's use of Soul Punch in a desperate situation and how nothing happened. And you piece something together that may not be something that Yanto would like to hear. Because you remember that she could exist simultaneously in the void and in real space. But what would happen if the real space version of her died while she was existing simultaneously? It also dawns on you that Lotus might not be aware that that is the case either.
Indeed.
The Lotus does not have all the information, though. If she is watching us, she will shortly.
What do you mean?
I believe I know. I know who Weapon is, and what happened that makes them the way they are.
Colin over there just kind of looks at Yanto.
Kirei will look at Yanto.
Are you okay if I speak of this?
No sense not saying it. Go
Very
on.
well. Tsukimono, did you know a Tenno by the name of Ava Woods?
Yes. We had fought together a couple of times. She and Hikane did not get along very well.
Ava was our captain, or rather, our squad leader. She possessed a unique ability. She could pull herself out of herself and exist simultaneously in both reality and the void. In terms of practicality, this meant that when fighting, she could control both her Warframe and move around as herself at the same time. Ava was killed some time ago. We were never able to find out the full circumstances of her death, but we found her Mesa Warframe all but destroyed, with no more sign of life in it.
I see. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I believe what happened, however, I believe if, and it stands to reason, if she were fighting, I believe Ava was existing outside of herself at the time her body was killed. I believe that with that connection broken, she became trapped in the void. My guess is somehow she found an ability to possess a not fully functional, but not fully broken Nasia Warframe.
Is there any way to save her?
I do not know. If I am correct, she currently exists only as a void entity.
Yanto,
Mm-hmm.
you distinctly remember causing Ava, what remained of Ava, to be shaken when you reminded her of her humanity.
I mean, you guys saw what happened. Well, Kerry, you saw what happened when I spoke to Weapon, right?
Yes. Something changed. That is when we saw that the first time.
Explain it to me.
I tried to speak to Ava, and I don't know. I tried to pull at the parts of her that I hoped were still there, and it had a reaction. If she's still out there, any part of her is still out there, maybe there's a way for us to draw it out.
It could be dangerous, however.
I don't give a
You
fuck
did
if it's
say-
dangerous.
I understand. However, Colin and MT deserve to know the risk. When we did so, when Yanto did so, there was some kind of void feedback. Something
Yeah.
happened It hurts. Not our Warframes directly, but us inside.
All right. That's good to know.
Though, Colin, it is not something I would be entirely certain of, but since you are not performing transference, it may not affect you, or if it does, it may affect you to a lesser degree. But that
Yes.
is conjecture. I would be careful either way. If we could reach her somehow, though. If she is in the void, could we use transference to connect with her?
This might not be worth anything. But do you think we could use the generator that's in this facility that helps let Saren use her abilities?
Perhaps. I am not certain it would affect what effect it would have on us. But if we could, I will say there is a risk with that.
There's a risk with anything we do.
If that, it depends on how much control it allows for the user to have over the void energy it produces, or if it is more forced. If it simply makes the energy available to use as we see fit, then there should be no problem. However, if instead it forces void energy into things nearby, then there is a good chance I will go berserk again. If I am subjected to that effect.
Let's try and avoid that.
Indeed.
Are you guys seriously considering throwing more fuel on the fucking fire?
MT is not wrong to think of this, though. It is possible with increased void energy around, getting through to Ava could be easier.
Or it could just strengthen her connection to the frame.
Perhaps, but I am unsure of how we would do that.
The
That would
point
be
is,
too much of a risk.
as it stands, this frame seems to be fueled by some kind of angry, vicious ghost, almost. You say that there's still a little bit of humanity left in there.
Yes. If she's a ghost, then let's fucking exercise her.
If
I'm in. I never want to see something come to harm to my brothers and sisters. Which I know. And I would like to think that if something happened to me like that, you guys would put me to rest.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
absolutely help you put her to rest.
Thanks, man.
Of course.
Colin,
Aye.
if you had encountered her before all of this, I think you would have perhaps not left the Tenno.
She was that good, huh?
Yes, she thinks very much like her feelings were often very much akin to what you expressed just now.
Think of it this way. Raven is possibly one of the best operators the Lotus has at her disposal. Ava was one of the finest leaders. You could look up to her, trust her, and you would know she'd be looking after you. I've never met anyone else like her.
She did not judge others for. She did not judge others lightly. She was very accepting and understanding.
Which is why we're not going to put her down like a fucking dog.
No, but we cannot let her go on like this either. The
No.
Ava we knew would not want to would not want us to. She would be displeased if she was allowed to go around trying to kill other Tenno.
Why? From what you say, she seemed like a great person. And it was a shame that she had. It was a shame that she had to leave these worlds. But it would be respectful to send her off peacefully.
Yes. MT. What are your thoughts? You would be bearing this risk as well.
Of course I'm going to do it. There is no alternative. We have to help her. The alternative is that other people, including us, will most likely die.
You see Kirei smile ever so slightly.
I believe she would have been fond of both of you, come to think of it.
Colin smiles a little.
However, we are yet getting ahead of ourselves. Our next fight is not against Weapon, but against Team Vicious Cat.
Aye. Everyone, we should all get back into our warframes. Get ready to fight some cats.
A brief word on strategy. Unlike our previous opponents, we will be fighting a team using strategy against us, attempting to outmaneuver us and look for openings. Additionally, this is the first fight we will be faced. In addition, while this is not unusual for the Tenno in general, this is the first fight we will be facing in Rathum where we are outnumbered. Yanto, MT, as Loki is now injured, I am going to be relying on you two even more. Additionally, your Warframes are both better at dealing with groups of opponents.
We'll take care of it. You hang back. You have a long-range weapon, yes?
Several.
She motions to the Paris and and quiver on Loki's back and the kunai at Loki's side. The thing of kunai at Loki's side, which both of which seem completely undamaged.
Kirai,
Yes.
if you need me to be a wall between you and them, just let me know.
Noted. However, we have already agreed with Vicious Cat that there will be no lethal blows. If worse comes to worse, and I become more of a liability than a help, I will withdraw and leave the remainder of the fight to you three.
Very well.
For now, as long as my weapons are in good condition, I believe I can at least deal some damage to their shields.
All right. And anything else?
I think that's it.
So we want to just say to you guys, thank you again for saving our lives. I wish you the best of luck out there. We'll be watching.
Yes. Take care.
You as well.
And please do relay to Hikane that you both fought incredibly well. Were weapon anything but what it is, I believe you would have won.
She'll come to that. Right now, I know what's going on in her head and how she's feeling. She just needs time.
Very well.
Farewell. Till we meet again. And as you guys head to the arena and the long and wide bridge with the pit of doom below, with a team of hyper-intelligent Kavats with shield generators ready to face you, I will call an end to the session.
Yay!
We know we're in the tournament arc when when the episodes between episodes that are matches begins to extend. We're in deep now.
Look.
You're nearing the end of the tournament arc. That means like the time between matches are just like fucking huge.
And there's like a bunch of extra bullshit happening.
Yeah.
Like I've been
There's
getting
gonna
through
be
my I've been getting through My Hero Academia at the moment, and holy
Me
shit,
too!
that fucking tournament arc.
I secretly love anime tournament arcs though. Like
Tournament arcs are great. I love them.
very good.
I hope you guys have been enjoying this tournament arc.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Man, this is a good session. Lots of things found out. Lots of emotions.
Yes.
I'm gonna give everyone an experience and a relationship experience because there was a lot of interpersonal stuff that happened here.
Yay. I'm gonna make a relationship with my Excalibur.
You know
By all
what?
means.
I have 4 experience from the last 2 sessions I haven't used. I should do responsible things with this.
Yeah.
Instead, I feel like the most appropriate thing is to buy a 2-point relationship with Ava.
That's legit.
Hmm.
That makes perfect. Yeah.
What do you guys think of the situation with Weapon and what challenge you have ahead of you?
God damn.
Oh, I love it.
So is this fight? I feel like this fight is going to be more of a kind of what is it in fucking monsters when it's emotional damage?
Kind of. It's gonna be a twofold thing.
Okay.
There's gonna be what's happening physically and what's happening spiritually.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We may be leaving a lot of the physical end up to you.
Cool. Thanks. Don't worry, guys. I won't let you down.
When Colin said he's here, he is here to help. He kind of figured, all right, I'm gonna be doing. I'm
gonna be the meat shield.
I'm gonna be a meat shield. I don't know her personally. I cannot affect her emotionally. So I'm just going to have to be a meat shield to keep you guys from dying.
Yeah, I worry about you guys. So,
Luke, what do you think?
Suffering emotional trauma, possible death.
Do you like the setup? Do you what do you think of this current situation with Weapon?
It's fucked. just the Lotus's push to just kill them.
So
the Lotus doesn't quite understand what you're dealing with, to be specific.
Right.
She doesn't. She thinks that it's a void abomination or like a void entity born from something related to your old captain, but not actually. She doesn't. This is the void self of Ava Woods that is detached from the real Ava Woods that is dead
Right.
and is corrupted by the void. Like, she doesn't understand that, so she orders you guys, like, you cannot hesitate to destroy this thing, thinking that, like, she's doing that, she's this is the right thing to do. She's close.
The also, for what it's worth, I do feel like the Lotus's sentiment is less just kill the fucking thing, and more Tenno, you cannot afford to be merciful here. The weapon is too dangerous, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it's less just kill it, and more I am worried that it's you or them.
Just to give some of my thoughts on it, if it gives any perspective to this, one of the sort of motifs I had, or themes anyhow, of the tournament arc here, is the theme of moving on, which is why I introduced weapon here. Because you will through this have the opportunity to have closure, have closure with Ava, and not only possibly help her move on, but move on yourselves. So, I guess a really good name for this arc in hindsight would have been the final stage of grief.
Like actual that, or name it acceptance.
Acceptance, or the final stage of grief.
Yeah.
The final stage of grief suggests that like you're dealing with
You should have split the arc into the 5 stages of grief.
Oh, I should have. That would have been good.
Also, Amanda, have you been assembling a Pinterest page just with MT-based stuff?
Sure have.
Hell yeah, Amanda.
Okay, technically that's the link. If I try to copy it from Pinterest, it adds a bunch of extra shit. But that's everything. Yeah, this is my MT mood board.
I love it.
Hey, guess what? I make one for all my characters.
That's excellent.
God.
I love it.
Look, this is a better use for Pinterest than what other fucking people are using it for.
All right, this is fair.
The second dream.
Anyway, I'm glad you guys had fun. I'm going to end this recording here.
Yay. Good game.
Woo!